4 jars of what?
Water.
Of water. Who here likes to drink water? Oh, a lot of you do. And I have this little bottle, and this bottle, it's a bottle of red food coloring. But this is going to be our kindness. And these are going to be 4 different people's lives. And we're going to see how kindness and obedience affects people. Now, we're going to name something really, really, really big that you can do that would be kindness and obedience to somebody. Can anybody think of something really, really big? Like bigger than a hug, bigger than kisses. What's really, really big, Mr. Seth? What? Yeah, there is hay there. Something really, really big. What about if your mom asks you to pick up your toys and you don't even question it, you just go and pick up your toys? Is that really big obedience? Yeah, that's sometimes really hard. So we're going to put a lot of kindness and obedience in this jar. Whoa, look at that, guys. Is it turning the water colors? It is. Now our next jar, we're going to say we have a medium. It's a medium thing that we can do that's nice to somebody. What is something medium that we can do for somebody that's kind and obedient? What can we do something obedient, Seth? Nothing? Isabella, what's something kind and obedient we can do for somebody?
Share.
A heart? What did you say, Miss Amy?
I said share.
Share. Who here likes to share their toys? Who here likes to share their favorite toy? Oh, you do? Well, that's something we can do that's medium. So we're going to put a little less in that one because it's a medium thing. Is it still changing the water? But is it making it as red as the first one? No. Now, what's a little thing of obedience or kindness that we could do that would make God happy? What's something that could make God happy by our obedience or kindness? Miss Lena. A hug. Give someone a hug and kisses. All right. Now, is that changing the water still?
No.
It is, but it's just not doing it very much, right? Because it was just a little thing. Now, what do you think has more impact based on our color of our water? A really big thing, like immediately obeying our mom, or sharing our toy, or giving someone a hug? Which one is redder? The first one, the one that's really dark. This one, we can see more kindness in the water, right? More obedience. But this one is Ruth. This one is what happens with Ruth and Naomi. First, Ruth marries into Naomi's family. And Naomi tells her about God, right? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? A good thing. Then, Ruth and Naomi have to separate because all the sons and the husbands died. But does Ruth leave Naomi? No, she doesn't. She goes with her, right? Is that good or bad? Good. And then they get to Israel, but they have no food to eat, and they're hungry. Does Ruth go find a job?
Yeah.
She does. And does Ruth work really hard at her job to bring food home? She does. All right, look at that. And then, does Ruth bring the grain home so that she and Naomi can eat, or does she save it just for herself so only she can eat?
She shares it.
She brings it home so everyone can eat. Yes. Look at our water, guys. Is it getting darker?
Yes.
It is. And then we said later on in our story, Boaz comes. And does Ruth marry Boaz?
Yes.
Yeah, she keeps and she stays married into the family. She didn't have to do that, but she did. And then, does Ruth have a little boy?
Yes.
She does. That can take care of Naomi when she's what?
Old.
Sick.
When she's sick or when she's really old. She does. So look at our water, guys. Was Ruth obedient to God?
Yes.
She was. And did Ruth follow God?
Yes.
Yes. And so would you say that Ruth's impact of kindness, Ruth and Naomi being kind to each other, is it darker than our really big act of obedience?
Yes.
It is. So we have a big obedience, a medium obedience, a small, kind obedience, and then we have a really big obedience and kindness of Ruth. And And Ruth continued to do, Ruth continued to do, just keep being kind and keep obeying, right?
Yeah.
Did Ruth have to go with Naomi?
Yes.
No. Naomi told her to go home. But she did it because she loved Naomi. Did Ruth have to go get a job?
No.
Yeah. But then, did she have to give all of the food to Naomi and kind of help? She didn't, but she did. She was very kind. She could have said, well, since I make up this grain, and we're going to make bread out of it, I get all the bread and you get one slice. Did she do that? No, she shared. She was nice. And then did she keep working so they could have more and more food? She did. And then did she stay married into Naomi's family so that Naomi could be taken care of? She did. And then did she have a little boy so that Naomi could be taken care of? She did. And when she kept doing all of this stuff, it changed their lives. When we're obedient and we trust God and we do the right thing, even though we may not have to do the right thing, yeah. What does it do? Does it impact people a lot or just a little? A lot. How many of you guys today would say, I want to impact people a lot with my obedience and kindness? I saw hands in the back up before I even finished my question. That's awesome, guys. But first, before we do that, who do we have to ask to be our best friend?
God.
Me? Who did you say, Isabella?
God.
God. We have to have God to be our best friend. And Jesus. All right. So what we're going to do today is we're going to say a prayer. And you're going to repeat after me. And those of you who say, I want Jesus to be my best friend, I want you to raise your hand right now, and we're going to pray for that. All right, awesome. You can put your hands down. And those of you who say, I want God, I'm already friends with Jesus, but I want God to help me be obedient to my parents and to my teachers, but most of all, to Him. I want to obey God. I want you to put your hands up for that. Do you think God's going to help you be obedient?
Yes.
Yes, He is. All right, can we bow our heads and close our eyes? And you guys are going to repeat after me. We're going to talk to God, okay? Say, Dear Jesus, thank you for dying on the cross for my sins. Dear Jesus, I know that I've done some bad things. And I'm asking you to forgive them. Dear Jesus, please help me obey you and always do the right thing. I love you, Jesus. And everyone said,